was yet another gorgeous night on the First Coast here in Jacksonville. A great night for basketball here at the Jacksonville Veterans Memorial Arena. As tonight, the Jacksonville Giants, now the #1 team in the ABA, are hosting the South Florida Gold. Good evening, everyone. I'm Arlie Johnson, joined by my broadcast partner, Matt Potak. Matt, the Giants have already clinched everything that they need to clinch. They're the #1 seed in the ABA right now. They've already got a spot in the playoffs. They're going to be in Austin, Texas in the month of April, getting ready for the ABA playoffs. This looks like, on paper anyway, that this is a trap game for them. Nothing much to play for. Tell me why tonight is not a trap game for the Giants.
Well, first of all, it's a rivalry game. The South Florida Gold has always been a big rival to the Jacksonville Giants. They've met several times over the last several years, and just a great, competition when those two go against each other. It's also a big game for playoff preparation. Like you said, they have a month until their playoffs start. It's important for them to get off to a great start and have a great game going into the playoffs, into the tournament.
And as you look at the rankings here, the Giants, as I mentioned, 18-1, #1 seed. South Florida, however, no slouch whatsoever, 18-3 on the year. They look like they're destined for a potential trip to Austin, as it was last year. These two teams met in the playoffs last year. They may very well meet again this year.
Absolutely, and the teams also played against each other this season back in December. South Florida was #1 at that time. Jacksonville defeated them 120-105 in a very close game, according to Coach Jerry Williams.
And for the Giants tonight, one other thing that's going to be tested is their depth. Typically, that's a staple of this team, but they've lost some guys due to injury. Bernard Tucker not likely to play tonight. Their captain, Gerard Tucker, is out for the season after an Achilles injury. This is the first time I can recall them being tested in terms of their depth.
It is. Look for some of the younger players. Dylan Cormier, who has done a great job this season. He's come off the bench. Expect him to make some plays. Jeremiah Hill, another newcomer, expect him to come off the bench and make plays as well, because they both have done very well stepping in from their reserve roles.
So the Giants have earned their #1 seed. We'll see if they can finish off their regular season the right way. They will definitely be tested tonight as they're hosting the South Florida Gold. Opening tip coming up right after this. Stick around for ABA basketball on CW17.
Hi, I'm John Chick, former Jacksonville Jaguar, here with my friends Jack and Natalie. We all have type 1 diabetes. JDRF funds research for people like us who live every day with type 1 diabetes.
I prick my fingers 7 times a day to test my blood sugar.
I prick mine 5 times a day.
Managing gets easier, but we want a cure. Join us April 7th.
Walk for a friend.
Walk for a family member.
Walk for a cure. Go to jdrf.org/North Florida to register today.
It was totally awesome.
We're the coolest men alive.
Totally rad.
Who's ready for jazzercise?
Totally mind-blowing. Magic. It's time to go back to the 80s.
It's about the music, giant hair, and glitter cannons.
Oh, God. It's time for the Goldbergs every weeknight.
It's 7:30 on CW17.
C-Spine Orthopedic Institute offers surgical and non-surgical treatment for shoulders, hands, neck, spine, and knees. Qualified board-certified surgeons along with a professional and courteous staff are here for your every need. Call now, 866-81-ORTHO. C-Spine Orthopedic Institute is proud to be the treating orthopedic institute and sponsor of the Jacksonville Giants. For an appointment, call now, 866-816-7846. That's 866-81-ORTHO. C-Spine Orthopedic Institute. Patients first, that's the difference.
We're just a moment away from the opening tip between the Jacksonville Giants. They are facing the South Florida Gold tonight. The Giants coming in at 18-1, looking to make it 3 straight championships. Regular season finale tonight. We'll have the opening tip in a couple moments, but first, we have your national anthem.
Next, please remain standing as Navy Band Southeast performs our national anthem.
It is military night here as well in the regular season finale between the Giants and South Florida Gold, so they are very much a factor in this game tonight. Also, there's a 13th man this evening. That is Brent Martineau. He's going to be out there, and we'll be talking to him at halftime as we look at your starters for the Jacksonville Giants, and you're taking a peek at the team bench right now. Starting in the backcourt, it's going to be Maurice Mickens along with Jeremiah Hill. Your forwards have Rashad Faust along with Robert Hornsby and Jermaine Slim Bell in the pivot. And one thing that screams out at me is just that it's actually different.
Yes.
You know, there's no Gerard Tucker for the game tonight. He's out for the season. There he is right there. You're looking at him after suffering an Achilles injury. But it goes beyond that. We talked about Bernard Nugent not being available. Aaron Bowen also not available.
Yes.
So for the Giants, they probably lost about 3 of their top 7 guys in terms of their rotation just from 2 weeks ago when we last saw them.
They have Bernard Nugent is dressed tonight to play. He will play in emergencies only if he's needed, according to Coach Jerry Williams. I think, like we talked about pregame, Jeremiah Hill and Dylan Cormier are going to be the 2 top guys that we're looking at to really make a contribution to this team and keep things going and play their roles, and their outside shooting is going to be much needed, especially with Bernard not playing as much and obviously Tucker being out.
Well, the Giants coming in their home white jerseys with blue numbers, some orange piping in there. South Florida, where do I begin to describe these uniforms?
Look like some stripes and like a tiger almost.
I could say it nicely, or
Yeah.
I could say it
Yes.
slightly in a different fashion. I'll go the professional way and say that they are wearing yellow with black stripes with purple numbers.
Yes.
I could say so much more, but I'll just leave it
Leave
alone.
it alone, exactly. I'll tell you one thing though, they've came here, they've come to play. Giants beat them earlier this season back in December, 120-105, and that was when South Florida was number 1 in the ABA. So they've dropped, South Florida's dropped down to 7 now. And I think that that loss is definitely on their mind and their head coach, David Graham.
Officials tonight, Sam Wright, Ron Jarrett, and James Williams. South Florida gets the tip. We are underway. Thank you for being with us tonight. ABA basketball on CW17 as the Gold launch a shot away from the baseline. Not sure if his foot was on the line or not. They'll give him the triple. And the Gold on top, just seconds in.
Gold's coming in aggressive, full court press, shooting threes early. And I think that's what you have to do if you want to beat the Jacksonville Giants, the 2-time defending ABA champions.
Crossover move by Mickens has it tapped away, but Slim Bell is there for the loose change. His long-range jumper off the mark. Rebound for the Gold.
South Florida's
control there.
South Florida's being real patient.
Another baseline jumper, getting a piece of it there was Bell stepping out and using every inch of his extension from his long arms. It's Hill from the baseline. That jumper is short. He knew it was going to be short, so he gets his own rebound. This one is a little bit too strong. So the Giants 0 for 3 right out of the shoot.
Hill had a second chance there, and he wasn't able to capitalize off of it.
Maurice Mickens forces a travel. One of the things I'm going to be watching during the course of the night tonight is how many turnovers the Giants force without Bernard Nugent out there. Typically, he is the catalyst for that. Right there, Maurice Mickens forced one. We'll see if they become to trend or not. Hopefully it will be.
That's a great point about Nugent, because he would always get a lot of 3Ds from Bernard Nugent, which would, you know, convert into more points for the Giants.
Faust loses it, careless with the ball there. The steal goes to Christopher Cromartie for the gold. Dribbles right into the lane, dish off, and another block by Bell, his second one already. Hill outlets it to Faust, then for Mickens, to the rack, short on the play. And a long outlet from the gold, one-on-one, Cromartie against Bell. What a weird looking shot from Cromartie, but it's a triple.
Got the job done. And we'll be talking about Cromartie a lot. We've, you know, last year he's been with the gold for several seasons now. And
another steal from South Florida.
It's Cromartie again.
Foul on Hornsby. That shot will not count.
South Florida's coming out swinging. I don't expect anything less from them. See that going right up. Great block by Bell. And they're going to be relying on Bell a lot tonight. Him being one of the veteran players, been with this team for a very long time.
So the Gold up 6-0. A pair of three-pointers from the Gold. It's Cromartie into the paint this time. Bounce pass underneath, losing the handle, but South Florida keeps possession. Another loose ball. This time it is a steal for the Giants. It goes from Hill to Hornsby. Hill, a deep three. Rebound tapped out of bounds. It's going to belong to the Giants. Thought it went off of Bell.
Yes, it looked very close.
Jacksonville not used to going this far into the game without scoring. Over 2 minutes with nothing so far.
It's a little surprising right now. Just got to settle in. As we said, the Gold, they came in here to play. They're the 7th ranked team in the ABA.
And they've got something to prove.
They do.
Mickens into the paint, Euro step and a scoop shot.
That's the reigning MVP right there, Maurice Mickens. Whenever you need something to happen, get it to him, get the ball to him.
There's Cromartie again with one of the most awkward launches of a shot that I can ever remember. If that's how he does it normally, I don't even know how to respond to it. If they go in, they go in. They say the same thing about Lonzo Ball, I guess.
Exactly. Just get the points.
Rebound for Cromartie, who's been a major factor here. Driving into the paint, hacked on the play, he'll go to the line.
Yeah, Cromartie's been all over the court, offensively with his shooting and defensively. And
so Christopher Cromartie getting
Faust.
Hammered there on the left arm by Faust. Not much question on that one. Curious that there's a timeout here called by South Florida, perhaps because Cromartie got hurt is the only thing I can think of.
Possibly. He's sitting over there now. I don't, not sure.
While we look at the Giants bench with Jerry Williams, their head coach, Marcus Thomas in there as the assistant coach. He's got a lot to say, I bet, right now.
He does, yes, he does.
You know, is this actually ringing true of exactly what we said to start off the pregame show of, is this a trap game, and are they going to try and take it easy on the Gold tonight? Not so much take it easy as much as just have a bit of a letdown. And
yes,
right now that's happening.
And Coach Williams doesn't want to let down. This is a big game. It's a home game, final home game of the year. You gotta play great ball going into the playoffs, and it's, you know, you got to travel to Austin, Texas next month. You got some big games coming up. You don't want to have this before that. But in the past, the Giants have fallen behind in some of these games, and like we've seen, they can score fast. So you know, Coach Williams was probably just telling them to settle down and just play their game.
Cromartie used every part of the rim, and it still wasn't enough for the first one.
This is something that happened in the Orlando game. Free throws were a big reason why Orlando had a really tough time. They missed a lot. Jacksonville did not.
Cromartie 1 for 2 from the stripe. Giants trail by 5. Bell around one man. To the left hand, no. It's loose. Faust has it, puts it back in.
Great job by Faust. Just being in the right spot, taking advantage of it.
And a steal from Jacksonville. Faust battling for it. The Gold get it right back. Giants couldn't maintain possession. It's Cromartie in deep for McCroy with the left hand. Not even close. McCroy looking incredulously at the official, wondering why no foul. As Mickens kicks out to Hornsby from long range. It's too strong. Mickens gets it right back. Mickens will try from 3. It's drained right in front of the South Florida bench. And the Giants have leveled the score at 7.
Tied it up now. And that's what we talked about. They scored 5 points within a minute.
Cromartie again.
Wow. Wow.
No shot is not to be left untaken there from Christopher Cromartie. He's got 7 points now. Mickens loses the handle. A steal from South Florida from George Gray. One-on-one against Hill. Goes to the rack, goes to the left hand, got fouled on the play.
Kind of close there. Hill did a good job. He got himself in the best position he could get in. And I mean,
we'll hit the TV timeout here. We'll have the free throws when we come back as the Giants are down by 3. 10-7 is the score with South Florida on top. Back in a moment on ABA basketball on CW17.
You know, I don't look this great and stay this fit naturally. I have to work to stay in shape. I exercise and eat right. That's why I love Larry's Giant Subs. They're all natural, antibiotic-free deli meats and cheeses are not only good for me, but they taste great too. And they have so many fabulous options.
Like the Larry's Cold Roast Beef Sandwich with Racus Farms all-natural USDA choice roast beef.
See what I mean? Larry's for life.
There's a bomb on the nuke. It's already gone off. What is going on? You're moving with me at super speed. As soon as I stop moving, it's game over. I can't save this.
The Flash, all new this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
Show me how to do this.
Black Lightning, all new this Tuesday at 9/8 Central.
Hi, I'm Tom Anderson. These are my friends Natalie and Jack. We all have type 1 diabetes. I'm the Chief Legal Officer and Vice President of GuideWell Source, and I'm proud to serve as this year's corporate chairperson for the JDRF One Walk.
We want to say thank you for joining us in the race to find a cure.
Your corporate support is so important and helps us inch closer to our goals.
Living with type 1 diabetes can be tough. I prick my finger 7 times a day to check my blood sugar.
I prick my finger 5 times a day.
But JDRF is working to provide support to the newly diagnosed, develop life-changing devices for those living with this disease, and ultimately to find a cure and prevent others from developing type 1.
April 7th is right around the corner. Let's finish strong.
Make sure to register your team, invite others to join you, and help us generate $400,000 to fund research that will improve lives and advance towards a cure. Thanks again for your continued support.
We'll see you April 7th.
Giants trailing by 3 as you look at some of the Jacksonville jewels. Some of many. They are always here in massive quantities.
Yes. Always
not just the jewels, but the gems as well. The younger version of them, as George Gray is getting ready for a pair at the line. South Florida leads 10-7.
These free throws are very important, as we saw in the last game in Orlando.
First one, yes.
Gray's another one. He's been with the South Florida Golds for several seasons now. We remember calling him last year and seeing him.
The lead is now 5 for the Gold. Giants off to a slow start tonight as Hornsby dishes to Mickens. He'll carry it over the timeline. Long pass to Bell, wide open from 3 from the baseline, but that is well short. Rebound for South Florida's Chuck McCroy. He'll carry it himself into the paint. Bell denies him again. McCroy gets it right back.
Ooh.
Foul this time on Bell.
That first play was a great job by Bell, the first block.
Bell looked like he had all ball on that, perhaps got him with the body underneath. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Hornsby was also in on the earlier block.
Smooth stroke there from Chuck McCroy. The lead is back to 6. That's as large as it's been tonight. It was 6-0 to start the game, remember?
Yes.
Make it 7. So the Giants struggling here at home. Number 1 team in the ABA, the Giants are, but not much to play for since they've already clinched the number 1 seed. Foul here on the Gold. It'll be an inbound for the Giants. First quarter action brought to you by Ron Scholes. Injured in an accident? Don't call a lawyer or referral service and be passed to just any attorney. Call a name you can trust. Call the law offices of Ron Scholes, a law firm of military veterans that know what it means to fight. Ron Scholes, a Jacksonville attorney. Missed shot there from the Giants. Rebound to the Gold. They've got a breakout. Skip pass back inside. That's a good look inside to McCroy. And he will be shooting again. Foul is going to be on Jeremiah Hill this time.
Cormier's coming in now for the Giants.
First substitution for either team coming up.
Cormier's going to check in for Hill. And this is somebody that we spoke about in the pregame that really they're going to need. You know, Cormier has done a great job this season in his role with the Giants. Remember, he played for DMV last year. He led them all the way to the semifinals of the ABA playoffs. Did a good job.
One of the leading scorers in the ABA last year.
Yes.
As that one does go down from McCroy after rolling around the rim.
South Florida's taking advantage of the free throws.
Cormier can be instant offense. He gets it to Hornsby. Giants trail by 9 in the early going. Hornsby gives it up. Another turnover from the Giants. It's Gray kicking it out to Cromartie. Spin move, blocked by Bell.
Great.
Another block from Jermaine Slim Bell.
What a great job by Bell, stepping up on the defensive side.
Cormier looking for the foul. None coming. Breakout for the Gold. It's Gray, foot on the line, short on the shot. Another rebound for the Gold. Cromartie's been out of this world so far. Can't get that one, however, and Mickens outlets to Cormier. Cormier into the paint, tapped away. Another steal by South Florida. Cormier gets it back, out of bounds. It's going to be Jacksonville ball. As Gray touched the ball while he was on the sideline. We'll see if we can take a look at it on the replay. It will be an inbound for Jacksonville.
Let's see what this looks. Yeah, Cormier had it. Yeah, he had it.
Gray's hand was already out of bounds when he touched it.
Yeah, because Cromartie was arguing with the official and Mickens too.
Well, look who's in the lineup right now. Didn't expect to see him tonight, but I wonder if Jerry Williams is sending a message by putting Bernard Nugent out on the court right now.
I think they need him for defense for sure, and there was a 3D possession there. And now you have Cormier, Nugent, and Mickens all on the court.
Elijah Smith also checking in.
Yes.
Former starter for the Giants. Missed the opening part of the season for Jacksonville, but he's back with them now. Working to get himself back into game shape, getting ready for the playoff stretch. Long range 3 from the Gold. And it's Chuck McCroy this time.
Wow, big
and the
man
lead
nailed
goes to 12 for South Florida.
If you're South Florida, this is what you want. You have to be aggressive, and they are, and they're doing a very good job. Jacksonville just got to settle down.
Mickens rattles out on the 3. Bell gets the offensive putback. He is fouled on the play. Dennis Rump with the foul, but he loves it. He thought that he blocked the shot.
Coach Graham also. Coach Graham jumping up and clapping his hands too. They were excited.
Yeah, they like the effort, no doubt about it.
Great rebound by Jermaine though, being in the right spot. Yeah, he got nailed. The body language just doesn't seem there right now, but I think the Giants are gonna reevaluate. They'll be all right. Just gotta make some adjustments.
Bell getting ready for 2. Could tell from here that it was going to be off to the left with that first shot.
Yes.
More than halfway through the quarter, the Giants still stuck at 7 points.
Yeah, this might be a season low for them right now.
0 for 2. And South Florida's controlled the boards too.
They have.
The Gold inbound, it goes to Cromartie. Behind the back pass to McCroy.
And he finishes.
Barely finished.
Missed the dunk, but got the tip in. And
that was all about the pass from Cromartie.
You have to remember, South Florida, at one point this year, they were number 1 in the ABA.
Nugent left uncontested for 3. Man, did the Giants need that. Bernard Nugent trying to infuse a little offense and defense to this team as Cromartie again goes to the rack for 2 more. What a first quarter from Christopher Cromartie.
South Florida's not slowing things down by all means. They're playing fast and aggressive.
It's a travel against Cormier. More turnovers for Jacksonville.
Jerry Williams is not happy.
No, he wants a timeout, but he can't call one because it's South Florida's ball.
Yeah. 3D possession as well. So this is a chance for South Florida to put on more points.
The goal, they're going to get a substitution in. James Evans will be allowed in. No, he will not be allowed in.
He'll have to wait. It was just a...
From way downtown, in and out.
That would have been 4 points if he made it.
The outlet to Nugent.
Oh.
Can't stick it.
We've got numbers.
Cromartie holds up, defended by Mickens. Cromartie into the paint again. Almost stepped on the line. Instead, he gives it up to Nugent with a steal, but Nugent's pass in turn is too far in front of Cormier, and this is going to be a 3D possession for the Gold.
This is the Gold's third 3D possession of the night, and it's only the first quarter.
Larry Dumas getting ready to check in for the Giants at the next stoppage. 23-10, South Florida. McCroy at the top of the key. Looking for Cromartie again. It's too strong. Rebound for Nugent up high. Bounce pass to Mickens. Into the paint. Scoop with the right hand off glass and down.
Great job on Maurice Mickens finishing it off. Getting his team back in the game.
4:10 on the clock in the first quarter. Giants still trailing by 11. Short range jumper. Rattles out from Evans. Rebound for the Giants.
That was a good aggressive rebound by Elijah Smith.
Mickens is pushed off on the play. It's a foul. It will be on South Florida. The Giants will be inbounding after this break. But Jacksonville trailing by 11. It's been as many as 13 as we head to another break. Giants down 23-10 to the South Florida Gold. Slow start for Jacksonville. Not for this guy though, Christopher Cromartie with a great behind the back dish as the Gold are up by 11 here.
Stella, you're cured.
I was sick since I was 15. I do not know the real me. When we got married, we thought I was dying. You said you didn't want kids.
Did I?
I'm scared we might not be okay with all of this.
Whatever tomorrow holds, we'll get through it together.
Life Sentence. Series premiere this Wednesday at 9/8 Central on the CW.
A cool change is in the air, and professional hockey is back in JAX. The Jacksonville Icemen are scoring goals and thrilling fans all season long. Tickets start at just $10 for an incredible game day experience. Come on out to Veterans Memorial Arena. Feel the chill of winter and watch the puck drop. The legacy begins now. JacksIceman.com.
Giants will be inbounding as we return. You're looking at the Jacksonville Jewels. Mickens will inbound. The Giants in unfamiliar territory, trailing, not just trailing, double-digit deficit here. It's been as many as 13. It's 11 right now.
Just gotta stay calm.
This broadcast brought to you by Ron Scholes, also Advanced Diagnostic Group, C-Spine Orthopedic, easy for me to say, and finally Brown & Brown, your sponsors for the Jacksonville Giants basketball. Another turnover from the Giants as South Florida comes back the other direction. A couple of men go down as the goalie got a three-pointer away. Rebound for Nugent, trapped in the corner, gets it away to Mickens. That's a good look from Nugent, and Mickens carries over the timeline.
South Florida's had some missed opportunities.
Another steal from the goal. Uncontested, he didn't go for the shot. Instead, it's blocked by Elijah Smith, and it goes out of bounds off of South Florida.
Superman's excited, Elijah Superman Smith. Giants getting aggressive. South Florida's had 2 chances to score and have not been able to capitalize.
It's Mickens going one-on-one on his defender, fouled on the play. It's going to be 3 free throws for Maurice Mickens. As you look at the replay from South Florida, he had the opportunity to take the shot. He instead passed it back.
Yes.
And that really cost him as Elijah Smith gets the block, and it gets deflected out of bounds off of the goal in the process.
Yeah, it gave Elijah a chance to set his feet, get under it.
So 3 from the line for Maurice Mickens. Another MVP caliber season for Maurice after being named MVP last year.
Some of the games he's only played, a half, and he's done such a tremendous job this year.
His stamina may be tested a little bit tonight, although the addition of Bernard Nugent into the lineup, surprising to both of us tonight. Perhaps that'll allow Maurice to get a little extra time on the bench. I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean that just in terms of him being efficient with his minutes tonight. Mickens doesn't get the last of 3.
Gets 2 though, which helps. Now deficit's at 9.
Air ball on the scoop shot on the floater from Hill. So it goes to Nugent all alone in the paint.
Like we've discussed and like we've witnessed for the last several years, the Giants, they can score fast.
And they are down just by 7 now. South Florida with a kick-out pass. They're going to call a travel. They will.
Nugent.
So a turnover for South Florida as you look at this pass from Mickens. What a great laser beam pass to Bernard Nugent. It had to get there quickly, and it did.
It did, absolutely. Great patience by Nugent. Get the layup in.
Bell in for Dumas, turnaround shot. No, and the rebound for Cromartie, who has carried South Florida in this first quarter. Trying to go coast to coast, then the dish and the flush.
Great job.
So South Florida increases their lead back to 9. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the first.
Giants slowing it down a little bit.
Mickens sees a path to the lane, off glass, using the English too, and the foul.
Great job by Mickens. That's something we saw him and Bernard Nugent last game against Orlando. Just their determination going, straight to the glass, straight to the hoop.
Well, the last broadcast, as you look at Maurice Mickens, as he saw an opening to the lane and took full advantage of it and gets the and one. When they played Orlando a couple of weeks ago in our last telecast, you could tell that both Nugent and Mickens could just drive into the paint at will against Orlando. Well, that was Orlando. This is a different team with a pretty good pedigree over the years in South Florida.
South Florida's got a lot more size too, I think, in the middle, but that being said, Mickens did a good job. There's
Look
an
at
air ball.
that wild shot from Cromartie, and Cromartie hacks away at Mickens. Got away with the foul. Instead, it's just going to be out of bounds off the goal.
Cromartie tried to make a defensive play there, just came up short.
Jeremiah Hill has checked back in for the Giants. Smith has it for Jacksonville. For Nugent. Hill and then Mickens. Mickens trying to post up a smaller defender. Probably the first time I've ever said that. Deflected out by South Florida.
7 seconds on the shot clock.
Gilberto Shogreen coming in for the gold. 7 seconds left on the shot clock for Jacksonville. Nugent inbounds to Mickens. Not much time here for Maurice. Tries to dribble into the lane, gets a long-range shot off, and it softly nestles into the net. Maurice Mickens, tough, long-range 2.
What a great job.
Cromartie gives it up. Now the turnovers are starting to come for Jacksonville. It's Hill behind the back for Mickens from 3. You know it! Wow. Maurice Mickens single-handedly bringing the Giants back into it. They're down by 1.
What a great job, a great pass by Hill. And a lot of speed on the court right now. You have Larry Dumas, Hill, Mickens, Nugent. I mean, these are guards, and they're quick. And then you have Elijah Smith in the middle. Good lineup here.
Flashing into the paint, wide open jumper, but it's well off the mark. Nearly hit the backboard first. Final minute of the first quarter. The Giants can take the lead on this possession after trailing the entire first quarter.
And Coach Williams, you could tell they were disappointed with how that first, with how the first few minutes went, but starting to settle in.
They're going to call a foul on the gold here. It was a very late whistle.
Yes.
Might have been the right call, but that whistle came extremely late, and their head coach David Graham not happy with that call in the slightest.
He's getting after it, Coach Graham.
I don't blame him for that one, quite
yes,
honestly.
I agree.
New shot clock for Jacksonville.
He's sweating a little bit over there.
Well, this is not that big a game for Jacksonville, maybe in terms of rankings, because they've already established what they've needed to establish. But for South Florida, this is a huge game, as Mickens is short on this one. Rebound for the gold. They can hold on for the last shot if they can keep possession. Jacksonville nearly stole it. It's going to be South Florida ball. I think they only have 1 second left to get it over the timeline, though. And looking for the steal is Nugent, and he does get it. Passes it underneath, wide open there. Great up fake from Dumas, who puts it in, and the Giants have the lead with 5 seconds to go in the quarter. South Florida is not going to get an opportunity to even get a shot off.
That should have been a 3D, I thought, but.
So the steal from Nugent sets up Larry Dumas as the Giants take the lead in the closing seconds of the first quarter. Getting physical underneath. A slam from the gold in one direction, but Jacksonville comes back the other way. And the Giants, led by Maurice Mickens, and that three-pointer has the Giants on top 26-25 after 1.
There's a bomb on Nuke. It's already gone off. What is going on? You're moving with me at super speed. As soon as I stop moving, it's game over. I can't save this.
The Flash, all new this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
Show me how to do this.
Left Lightning, all new this Tuesday at 9/8 Central.
You know, I don't look this great and stay this fit naturally. I have to work to stay in shape. I exercise and eat right. That's why I love Larry's Giant Subs. Their all-natural, antibiotic-free deli meats and cheeses are not only good for me, but they taste great too. And they have so many fabulous options.
Like the Larry's Cold Roast Beef Sandwich with Racus Farms all-natural USDA choice roast beef.
See what I mean? Larry's for life.
A cool change is in the air, and professional hockey is back in JAX. The Jacksonville Icemen are scoring goals and thrilling fans all season long. Tickets start at just $10 for an incredible game day experience. Come on out to Veterans Memorial Arena, feel the chill of winter, and watch the puck drop. The legacy begins now. JaxIceman.com.
Richard Miller here, voice of the Jacksonville Giants. The Giants would like to thank Advanced Diagnostic Group for taking care of all the Giants' imaging needs. Whether it's x-rays or MRIs, Advanced Diagnostics has state-of-the-art equipment. For the most accurate service, Advanced Diagnostic Group, the official partner of your national champion, Jacksonville Giants. Check out their website, advanceddiagnosticgroup.com.
The Jacksonville Giants are now on top by 1 thanks to that guy right there, Maurice Mickens. He played the entire first quarter. They needed him to be out there as he leads everybody in scoring right now. The Giants, led by Maurice Mickens, he just carried the team on his back in about the last 4 minutes of that quarter. The Giants trailed by as many as 13 in the first quarter. It was 23-10. Since then, the Giants now on a 16-2 run. And that has put Jacksonville on top. And actually, they're talking about it right now, whether to add another point. Wondering, Matt Potak, in fact, even mentioned whether it was a 3D possession in the closing seconds. Turns out it was. They just make that late change.
Nice.
So Jacksonville's 16-2 run, now a 17-2 run to close out that first quarter.
Yeah, Nugent had the steal.
And Dumas again! 5 consecutive points for Larry Dumas.
And they need that. Larry Dumas is an explosive player, and having him back in the mix is going to help.
Give you some stats in this first quarter that are going to amaze you for Jacksonville as South Florida is back on the board. Getting 2 for the gold is Kevin Foster. And a steal here from South Florida. Derek Hill up and in.
And Jeremiah Hill's not happy about that. He slopped a little bit of a sloppy handle. And
Hill for Dumas. He's feeling good after scoring the last 2 buckets for Jacksonville.
He's definitely feeling it. Maurice Mickens is on the side here.
Nugent off glass. That's too strong. Rebound for the gold. Deflected pass. Nugent's got it thanks to Larry Dumas with the steal. This will be a 3D possession for Jacksonville as well.
This is a big one.
Smith for Dumas. This is a 4-point shot. No good, but the putback is, and that's a 3-point putback from Dylan Cormier. An extra point because of the 3D possession. Again, in ABA basketball, if you force a turnover in the other team's backcourt, you get a bonus point for any points you get on that possession.
That was a great job. And as we talked about off the air, Arlie, Bernard Nugent, ever since he's came into the game, they've just defensively, they've just looked a lot better, and offensively as well, because the Gold has had to focus on him and Maurice Mickens.
Kevin Foster the other way gets an and 1, however, for South Florida. So the Gold are not going to go away for sure.
No, Jerry Williams told us before the game, you know, this is a big, obviously this is big for the Gold. If they win, it moves them up in the seedings, moves them up in the rankings, and that's something that Coach Graham and this South Florida team, you know, they didn't come up here to lose.
And I think above all of that, it gives them a ton of confidence.
Yes.
If you can go into the playoffs knowing that you can beat the best, that says a ton for your team. Still a lot left to be decided in this one, as South Florida is unable to equal the score. Giants lead by 1. Dumas again, easily into the lane and off glass and in. Larry Dumas now has 7 points out of nowhere.
He's feeling pretty good. He's been scoring a lot most recently, and just looks very comfortable out there.
Rump for the Gold. He'll take it from 3. Too strong. Rebound for Nugent.
You know, South Florida didn't do this in the first quarter. They're missing shots that they should be making.
Nugent for Cormier. Cannot get that one to go. South Florida with a quick outlet. And a pull-up 3 is nailed by Miguel Paul.
That was a big one.
So we're tied at 34. Look at that shot from Hill. Ill-advised shot, I think. He launched that one from about 25 feet away.
Way too far, rushing things. Good steal by Hill.
So he atones for that poor judgment and shots and draws a foul as well. .9:11 to go in the second as Jeremiah Hill heads to the bench. Bernard Nugent does the same. What a burst of energy Bernard Nugent supplied for the Giants.
He did a great job. Faust and Mickens are back in now.
Mickens just a couple of minutes on the bench and right back in. Maurice had 15 points in the first quarter out of the 27 that the Giants scored. Jacksonville is normally a balanced offense. Not tonight, at least not at the moment.
No.
It's been Maurice Mickens leading the charge as Dumas gets fouled on the play. Miguel Paul.
Dumas has helped a little bit offensively. Look for him to continue to, him and Mickens working together. And Cormier.
So it's just going to be an inbound for Jacksonville. Looking at Cromartie's hand, I wonder if maybe there's a scratch on it. Maybe he needs to get it checked. They're saying no, everything's fine. At least he's saying no, and I guess the officials agree with him. Mickens and Gray exchanging a bit of a laugh as the inbound goes straight to Faust. Faust from the baseline. It is short, fights for the rebound. South Florida gets it. Faust with a push, but no call there.
That was a close when he had his hands up.
Cromartie into the lane. Good look, but it spins out off the hand of Foster, who's looked good off the bench for South Florida. Dumas gives it up, got fouled, and again,
fouled, yes.
their coach David Graham is beside himself.
Yeah. South Florida, the Gold, they pride themselves on very physical defense, you can tell. And sometimes you're going to get called. Sometimes there's going to be foul calls. You're not going to like the call, but you have to respect it. You have to move on.
Take a look again. I didn't see anything that Rumpf did.
Yeah.
I think they called it a push in the back.
I think so.
I did not see one.
And Coach Graham was right there. He saw the whole thing, so that's why he is looking right to be upset.
On the inbound, Dumas got a bucket there. I think that the officials really did Jacksonville a favor there because Cromartie actually did go to the bench to get taped, and they didn't allow him to get set back up. They just inbounded the ball immediately.
Yeah.
Cromartie was out of position, and his man who he was supposed to defend was Faust. Thank you to the men in gray. And the Giants take the lead because of it. Speaking of Gray, he's got the ball for the Gold. George Gray this time.
Nice pass back.
Foster from the elbow. Air ball.
The Gold, you know, some of their shot selections have been kind of questionable. They've missed some shots. They've kind of thrown up some shots where they weren't probably in the best position to do so.
Cormier is going to quarterback this offensive possession. Give and go with Faust. Just gets it over the rim.
That's what they need. They need something from Cormier.
Foster defended ferociously there by Faust. Foster gets it back. Faust got a piece of it. Cromartie fakes, takes, got hit, and drained it. He can't believe there was no foul. I can't believe it either. Chris Cromartie.
He's not happy, neither is Coach Graham. He's pacing the sidelines.
Oh, if I'm David Graham, I got to be honest with you, I would probably be getting a technical at this point.
Yes.
I think that the Giants, you know, you got to call them as you see them, and I think Jacksonville has gotten some major calls go their way so far against the Gold. 7:16 to go in the second. We'll have a break as we look at Larry Dumas with an assist from the officials getting that bucket. And then the give and go finished off by Dylan Cormier.
Hi, I'm John Chick, former Jacksonville Jaguar, here with my friends, Jack and Natalie. We all have type 1 diabetes. JDRF funds research for people like us who live every day with type 1 diabetes.
I prick my fingers 7 times a day to test my blood sugar.
I prick mine 5 times a day.
Managing gets easier, but we want a cure. Join us April 7th.
Walk for a friend.
Walk for a family member.
Walk for a cure. Go to jdrf.org/North Florida to register today.
It was totally awesome.
We're the coolest men alive.
Totally rad.
Who's ready for jazzercise?
Totally mind-blowing. Magic. It's time to go back to the 80s.
It's about the music, giant hair, and glitter cannons.
Oh, God.
It's time for the Goldbergs every weeknight
at 7:30 on CW17.
C-Spine Orthopedic Institute offers surgical and non-surgical treatment for shoulders, hands, neck, spine, and knees. Qualified board-certified surgeons along with a professional and courteous staff are here for your every need. Call now, 866-81-ORTHO. C-Spine Orthopedic Institute is proud to be the treating orthopedic institute and sponsor of the Jacksonville Giants. For an appointment, call now, 866-816-7846. That's 866-81-ORTHO. C-Spine Orthopedic Institute. Patients first, that's the difference.
Oh, that's a nice shot there of downtown Jacksonville. The Landing in the foreground, Wells Fargo in the background, Main Street Bridge looking vibrant as ever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty. Jacksonville leading 38-37. And the Giants will be inbounding here. Maurice Mickens doing the honors for the Giants. For Bell, and then Dumas.
Giants have got to keep this lead.
Dumas out of control there, and the left-hand shot is blocked. Cromartie dribbles up the floor for the goal. Stops and pops. No. South Florida over the back with the foul. That one was an easy call to make.
It was.
The Giants have got a ton of benefits from the officials tonight. That was not one of them. That was 100% legit there.
Good call.
This has been tight for the last handful of minutes as Faust is able to get it off glass. The lead goes to 3. The Giants are trailed by as many as 13 points tonight. Uncharted territory for them to be trailing by as many as they have.
They're doing well.
LaCroix, who looked very good in the first quarter, looks good there too.
One thing about South Florida, though, they have not gone away, and they've kept this very competitive. Jumped out to a good lead early, but have came and stayed strong.
Jermaine Bell is off the mark. Rebound for South Florida. They've held the edge in the board game tonight, and a sharp pass held in by Florida, but then immediately thrown back out of bounds. Rump was just about to fall out of bounds. He just had to try and get it back into the court. He just threw it wildly out of bounds.
You haven't touched the ball yet tonight, Arlie. That went to
2 games in a row.
Exactly. Eventually we'll get. I think we might get something.
A shooter's got to get a feel for the ball.
Exactly.
Faust from the baseline. No good. All by himself is Gray, so he just kicks it back out to Cromartie. Cromartie, 10-foot shot. Rattles around and drains it.
Cromartie's playing tough. He's really kept this goal team back, kept them in this game. And
the goal, they're playing tough. They lead by 1.
you got some good coaching going on tonight between Jerry Williams and David Graham.
Dumas gets the rebound of his own shot. Baseline jumper from Slim Bell hit the side of the backboard. It was uncontested. The Giants can't get the third one to go either. It's Gray kicking it out. Open man there is Brown, lost the handle, got it right back to Rump. Up and under for Rump. And it's a 3-point lead for the goal.
It's a seesaw matchup, back and forth. 5 minutes left in this second quarter. Halftime will be interesting in both locker rooms.
Faust from the foul line. Rim, glass, and down. Faust has got a couple of buckets tonight as McCroy launches from 3. Rebound for Bell. Bell ahead to Dumas. 4.5 to go in the first half. Dumas gets a pick from Bell. Bell gets it back on the pick and roll. Inside for Faust, he's got positioning. Turnaround jumper off glass and in. Rashad Faust,
he's happy.
Starting to feel his game. Look at that smile on Rashad Faust's face.
Great shot. And you also have Bernard Nugent getting ready to go back into the game with a few other ones. I think Hornsby's over there and Elijah Smith.
Wide open 3, but an air ball from Rump. It's Dumas to the foul line. He was out of control. He had to kick it back out. Wide open is Bell. Triple for Jermaine Bell. And the Giants up by 4, their largest lead of the night. Cromartie off balance, gets his own board. It's 1-on-3 and he draws the foul.
Good job by Cromartie. He's aggressive.
3:42 to go in the second quarter. Giants leading by 4. We're going to head to break in a minute. Before we do, let's tell you that the second quarter brought to you by the Advanced Diagnostic Group. As you look at Rashad Faust bodying up his defender and taking it off glass and in. Rashad Faust being strong for Jacksonville.
Now at halftime, I'm interviewing Marcus. He doesn't need a headset, does he? Or how was this? I was like, remember last time?
Probably.
He's going to need one. Okay. I'll just hand it to him.
Imaging needs. Whether it's x-rays or MRIs, Advanced Diagnostics has state-of-the-art equipment. For the most accurate service, Advanced Diagnostic Group, the official partner of your national champion, Jacksonville Giants. Check out their website, advanceddiagnosticgroup.com.
Stella, you're cured.
I was sick since I was 15. I do not know the real me. When we got married, we thought I was dying. You said you didn't want kids.
Did I?
I'm scared we might not be okay with all of this.
Whatever tomorrow holds, we'll get through it together.
Life Sentence. Series premiere this Wednesday at 9/8 Central on the CW.
A cool change is in the air, and professional hockey is back in JAX. The Jacksonville Icemen are scoring goals and thrilling fans all season long. Tickets start at just $10 for an incredible game day experience. Come on out to Veterans Memorial Arena. Feel the chill of winter and watch the puck drop. The legacy begins now. JaxIceman.com.
There's Brent Martineau, your 13th man tonight. He has not been used yet. They're going to unleash the beast at a time to be determined, apparently, in the second half. But he'll be joining us in the halftime show, so stick around for that. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to critique his gameplay tonight.
Not yet. And we're also going to have Marcus Thomas, assistant coach Marcus Thomas, right at the end of the second quarter. Ask him about this first half.
Chris Cromartie getting ready for the second of two. He's already made the first. The second quarter brought to you by the Advanced Diagnostic Group. They have a state-of-the-art equipment that delivers the best quality images. When it comes to your health, choose Advanced Diagnostic Group, the official imaging partner of the Jacksonville Giants. Cromartie, 2 for 2 from the line. The lead, just 2 for Jacksonville.
South Florida is playing tough. They're not going away. It'll be curious to see the second half and how conditioning plays a factor in this game.
Faust had positioning again, got everything but the shot to go that time. But that looks like that's his spot there,
Yes.
is that 7-foot jumper off glass. Faust gets a rebound here.
That was a deep shot by Cromartie.
He'll shoot from anywhere.
Rushed a little bit too.
He might go for one of those half-court 4-point shots just because. Hornsby left all alone, but unable to drop it. And the other way, it's McCroy. That's going to be a, do they call an offensive foul?
No.
There's a foul on Jacksonville, I think before the charge. I
Yeah.
got to think that there was a foul on Jacksonville before the charge happened there. It's not a shooting foul.
No.
So inbounding is McCroy. For Cromartie, back from McCroy on the touch pass. Strange looking fadeaway jumper from McCroy. Rebound for the Giants. Mickens, a little too fancy there.
Yeah, he lost control there.
McCroy wants to bring it right back in, and he does to Gray. Spins away from Mickens, cuts into the lane, and the jumper is good from Gray. George Gray, pretty little move there. We're tied up at 47.
This is a physical game. Very aggressive, both teams.
Hornsby, bounce pass for Faust. Did a good job just to get the pass at all, but he goes out of bounds. Again, I thought that was off of Faust, but they're going to say it's Giants ball.
Yeah, David Graham is not. Yeah, that was close. That was close.
Faust.
Great defense by South Florida. That's on all our broadcasts this year. A lot of teams defensively have issues.
It is Bernard Nugent getting ready to inbound. Surprise addition into the lineup tonight. We did not expect to see him. You can see the tape on his left thumb.
Yes, the plan was he was just going to play sparingly and possibly not at all.
Elijah Smith, no. Are they going to call a foul before the putback? I think that they are.
Yes, 2 shots, no score. Nugent was right there, though.
Well, this is confusing to me because if it was on the initial shot, I thought that it should have been 2 free throws here.
Me too. I'm not sure what's going on. They're going to inbound it.
You look at Smith. That's definitely a shot.
That is, yeah. They didn't get it right there.
Hornsby cannot find the range yet tonight. Rebound for the Gold. Crossover dribble from Cromartie. Hornsby defends. Cromartie dribbles it right off the foot of Hornsby. It's going to stay with the Gold.
Cromartie's getting defensive.
Exactly 2 minutes to go in the first half. We're knotted up at 47. Hornsby bodying up on Cromartie, forces the turnover.
Yeah, great.
Smith outlets for Mickens, cutting to the lane, taken away by South Florida. Jump ball, and it's going to belong to the Gold. That's a great defensive play from South Florida.
That's what's keeping them in this game. Toughness on defense. This might be a very exciting ending. So if you're watching, definitely don't go away. This has been a great first half between two of the AVA's best.
McCroy has his prayer answered. Offhand, high off glass.
Giants are trailing now.
Faust right back on the blocks. This time from the opposite side. And they draw even again.
Very exciting here.
Faust with a hand right in the face of McCroy. Mickens steps in for the double team. McCroy got hit on the play. He'll go to the line. And now it's Jerry Williams who's furious.
Oh, he's fired up.
So the officials not making friends tonight on either bench. It's actually Jerry Williams, I think, talking with one of his teammates right now.
Well, it was a combination of both. I think he got on the referees earlier. This is
McCroy 2 for 2. He's smooth from the line. Giants down by a bucket.
This is the ABA's, 2 of the ABA's top teams in the country.
Faust yet again on the blocks, kicks it out to Smith this time from the elbow. No, trying to put back his Hornsby. That would have been a miraculous slam putback, but he goes off the back iron, and the Gold get it back. Final minute of the first half. Cutting into the lane is Amir Celestin, kicking it out to Gray. From 3 from the baseline, well short. Gray gets it right back, and it's swatted out of bounds by Hornsby with the block.
You know, Gray's been kind of quiet tonight, Ollie. I remember last season when they played, he was a main contributor of this offense. The Giants have kept him locked down tonight.
You can look at Jerry Williams right there. He is furious with his team right now.
He's not happy. Halftime's going to be for both teams, because I think David Graham's not happy as well, not only with the officials, but he's getting on some of his players just with some of the positions that they were in. So, yeah.
Look at how animated he is right now.
I'm glad we don't have him mic'd up.
Yeah, you're not kidding.
Because we have in the past. He's waiting for halftime. 30 seconds. You know, there's not much you can do. Yeah. Obviously, you want to try to get the lead here, but they're going to make some adjustments in the second half. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a little bit more speed on the court. The smaller guys, the guard packages, that has worked a lot to their advantage tonight.
Well, what Jerry Williams is looking for right now is execution and effort.
Yes.
And it's not getting the effort that he wants out of his team right now, playing as if they've already locked things up.
Yeah. You can tell some of the players look very disappointed. They're gonna make a change at halftime, and they'll be ready to go.
The Gold have the ball when we come back. They only have 4 seconds left on the shot clock. But they will effectively get a 2-for-1 possession to finish off this first half, unless there's an offensive rebound or a turnover.
I'll tell you one thing, though. Robert Hornsby has done very well tonight. He's gotten a lot more minutes. Faust, too. They've done really well rebounding.
Celestin will inbound for the Gold from underneath the hoop. Faust with his arms up in the air. Bounce past to Cromartie, really hemmed in the corner. Did he call a timeout?
He did.
Did they call a foul?
I think he called timeout right before.
They called the timeout before.
He was getting ready to go out of bounds. He had no choice. Great defense, though.
The shot clock now shows 18.
Yeah, that was confusing to me as well because it was 8 seconds. So I think they might have run out of time.
So we got to figure out what the call is going to be here. Jerry Williams doesn't care about that right now. He just wants to talk to his team. South Florida will maintain possession.
I mean, if it stays like that, it will work out to the Giants' favor. They will get one more possession, and South Florida will just finish this possession out.
28.4 left in the first half. Giants trailing by 2. And again, trying to figure out why the shot clock is at 18. But I don't think we're going to get that answer. Cromartie inbounds this time, right in front of the Giants bench. Throws it up high, Nugent looks for the steal, nearly got it. Loose again, nearly got it again. South Florida has it deflected out of bounds by Faust. It'll stay with the Gold with 11 seconds to go, and now Jerry Williams is finally happy, applauding the defensive effort there.
That was great effort by Faust and for Nugent. I mean, they're all over. They're sticking them like glue. Just great job. And that's what's going to win them a championship this year. It's the defense. That tough physical play.
Inbounding from the corner is one of the toughest spots to inbound the ball. South Florida wants to get another player in. Are they going to let him substitute?
They are.
They will. Kevin Foster comes in very, very late.
Yeah, Coach Williams is not happy about that either. These refs have gotten an earful tonight by both coaches.
They've earned it.
Yeah, they have.
South Florida up and under. No call on the foul that time. Loose ball for the Giants. Ahead for Hornsby. Off glass, no. Foul before the shot. It was on the initial shot from Hornsby. So Faust's bucket will not count. Hornsby's going to go to the line instead. Let's look at this play. Hornsby,
yeah, he got nailed. Faust did a good job being in the right spot. Won't count, but Giants will still have an opportunity to put some points on the board and then hopefully tie this up.
And that's what they're looking for, 2 for 2, but they'll need a good defensive possession as well.
Yeah, this is a big one.
First one is all nylon.
It's a big play here. You want to go in at least tied.
And we are tied.
Yep.
At 51. South Florida inbounds. One last chance for them to take the lead going into the locker room. Into the paint, up and in for the Gold with 3 seconds left. Will the Giants have one more chance? They will not. That shot will not count. And the Giants are down by 2, 53-51. South Florida, who led by as many as 13 at one point, lost the lead as the Giants took a 4-point advantage, only to see South Florida get it right back. And the Gold on top by a score of 53-51. Let's head courtside where we've got Matt Potak with assistant coach Marcus Thomas.
Thank you, Arlie. I'm here with Coach Marcus Thomas. Coach, exciting first half, a lot of playoff atmosphere game, but what were your overall thoughts going into the
We didn't get to the loose balls. You know, this team is scrappy. We played them early in the season, and it was the same type of game. We got away from them at the end.
Yes.
But thing is, we're letting them out-hustle us right now.
Any adjustments in the second half?
Play harder.
Play harder.
Play
Exactly.
harder. That's it.
Good. Well, best of luck to you, Coach.
Appreciate
we'll
it,
see you at the end of the game.
Sir.
Yes.
All right. Matt, thank you very much. There's Marcus Thomas with you. Well, that summed it up in not so many words, but we know what to look for in the second half without question. We will take a break and come back for an interview with Jermaine Slim Bell, with sort of an introspective look at his career for the Jacksonville Giants. We'll also be joined by Brent Martineau at halftime, and we'll give you some first half highlights, and there were many of them. Giants down by 2 at the break here at the Jacksonville Veterans Memorial Arena.
Are you mom enough?
You've become a good mom.
Thank you. I'm not gonna say it back.
When you're mom enough,
What's wrong with my haircut?
You look like a woman playing a small boy in a play.
everyone knows it.
You kept your report cards?
I also signed them whenever you went off on a bender.
Those were 3-day weekends where I tried to find you a father.
Mom, 5 nights a week.
At 7 on CW17.
Hi, I'm Tom Anderson. These are my friends Natalie and Jack. We all have type 1 diabetes. I'm the Chief Legal Officer and Vice President of GuideWell Source, and I'm proud to serve as this year's corporate chairperson for the JDRF One Walk.
We want to say thank you for joining us in the Ways to Find a Cure.
Your corporate support is so important and helps us inch closer to our goals.
Living with type 1 diabetes can be tough. I prick my finger 7 times a day to check my blood sugar.
I prick my finger 5 times a day.
But JDRF is working to provide support to the newly diagnosed, develop life-changing devices for those living with this disease, and ultimately to find a cure and prevent others from developing type 1.
April 7th is right around the corner. Let's finish strong.
Make sure to register your team, invite others to join you, and help us generate $400,000 to fund research that will improve lives and advance towards a cure. Thanks again for your continued support.
We'll see you April 7th.
C-Spine Orthopedic Institute offers surgical and non-surgical treatment for shoulders, hands, neck, spine, and knees. Qualified board-certified surgeons along with a professional and courteous staff are here for your every need. Call now, 866-81-ORTHO. C-Spine Orthopedic Institute is proud to be the treating orthopedic institute and sponsor of the Jacksonville Giants. For an appointment, call now, 866-816-7846. That's 866-81-ORTHO. C-Spine Orthopedic Institute. Patients first, that's the difference.
Oh, I don't look this great and stay this fit naturally. I have to work to stay in shape. I exercise and eat right. That's why I love Larry's Giant Subs. They're all natural, antibiotic-free deli meats and cheeses are not only good for me, but they taste great too. And they have so many fabulous options.
Like the Larry's Cold Roast Beef Sandwich with Racus Farms all-natural USDA choice roast beef.
See what I mean? Larry's for life.
Diagnosed with cancer, I've been living my life to the absolute fullest.
Stella, you're cured. So, what are you gonna do with the rest of your life? I'll get a job.
Being a real person sucks.
You beat certain death. I think you can figure out how to handle uncertain life.
To be fair, there were no real consequences to my actions until last week.
Life Sentence. Series premiere this Wednesday at 9/8 Central on the CW.
It's 53-51. South Florida has the lead over the Jacksonville Giants at the break. Earlier tonight, I had an opportunity to sit down with Jacksonville Giants centerman Jermaine Bell just to talk about his career and I look forward to this upcoming playoff run. All right, Slim, what a ride it has been for you with the Jacksonville Giants. You've been here from the get-go, 2011. You've seen 4 titles, seen a little bit of heartbreak, but honestly, a whole lot of success. Tell me about the career that you've had and if you ever envisioned it to be this way with one team for all these years and so many rings to go with it.
Oh, man, actually, it's been a great run for me. Like, I've been around from 2010 until now, and I played with some great teammates throughout and coaches throughout the time that I've been here, and it's just been a great run for me. And I appreciate every minute of it. Got a chance to, like I said, play against some great guys, and you know, this has been a fun ride, you know.
Hey, Swim, tell me about how it's changed from the beginning, year one to right now. I know you were the man, you were the face of the organization, still are to a large extent. How much different is it? Is it for the better? And just talk to me about the evolution of Slim Bell, the player, and also the Giants as a franchise.
Oh well, from the beginning, it's like I was a little, of course I was a little younger, and I had a lot on my shoulder as far as had to carry the team and all that for my first couple years, and until now where I got a bunch of young guys on my team that's really good. I love playing with Maurice Mickens. He make it real easy for me, and I don't have to go out there and score 30 and 40 a night because I got a good team with me, and they just make it easy for me. So me just being out there just doing the other little things, grabbing rebound, blocking shots, get my little 10, 15 points every now and then. You know what I mean? I'll be fine with that.
And you know what, Slim, I think that's one of the best things about this particular year's team is that everyone has a role and they accept their role. Not everybody always accepts it. Some people want to be the guy. Some people want to get 30 points a night. Yeah. Some people maybe are used to getting it and don't anymore. Yeah. They're all happy and satisfied with the role that they play with this team.
Oh, yes. Everybody, they know they role in the way they know. We all know what it take what it's going to take to win another championship. So everybody buying into what Coach got planned. And we just waiting for April to come to win this another championship.
All right, and that's coming up very shortly. Opportunity for one for the thumb for you.
Yes,
You've
sir.
got 4 already.
Yes, sir. I'm looking for 5. Yes,
does it still drive you the exact same way that it did a few years ago?
Oh, yes, it's definitely still doing. I mean, whenever I get a chance to win a championship or a ring, it's always, I still feel the same way I felt in 2010. I'm still hungry for my 5th one like my first one. So I'm looking forward to it, and I'm happy, and we're gonna bring another championship to Jacksonville.
Well, we certainly hope so.
Right.
Jermaine Slim Bell joining us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Best of luck. I want to see that one. I want to know what size it is on your thumb, too.
Yeah, I got to go. I got to see, though. I'm definitely going to let you know.
All right, you got it, buddy.
Thank you, buddy.
There's Jermaine Slim Bell. We'll take a break and return with some first-half highlights with the Jacksonville Giants on CW17.
Thank you.
C-Spine Orthopedic Institute offers surgical and non-surgical treatment for shoulders, hands, neck, spine, and knees. Qualified board-certified surgeons along with a professional and courteous staff are here for your every need. Call now, 866-81-ORTHO. C-Spine Orthopedic Institute is proud to be the treating orthopedic institute and sponsor of the Jacksonville Giants. For an appointment, call now, 866-816-7846. That's 866-81-ORTHO. C-Spine Orthopedic Institute. Patients first, that's the difference.
Hi, I'm Tom Anderson. These are my friends Natalie and Jack. We all have type 1 diabetes. I'm the Chief Legal Officer and Vice President of GuideWell Source, and I'm proud to serve as this year's corporate chairperson for the JDRF One Walk.
We want to say thank you for joining us in the Ways to Find a Cure.
Your corporate support is so important and helps us inch closer to our goals.
Living with type 1 diabetes can be tough. I prick my finger 7 times a day to check my blood sugar.
I prick my finger 5 times a day.
But JDRF is working to provide support to the newly diagnosed, develop life-changing devices for those living with this disease, and ultimately to find a cure and prevent others from developing type 1.
April 7th is right around the corner. Let's finish strong.
Make sure to register your team, invite others to join you, and help us generate $400,000 to fund research that will improve lives and advance towards a cure. Thanks again for your continued support.
We'll see you April 7th.
There's a bomb on the nuke. It's already gone off. What is going on? You're moving with me at super speed. As soon as I stop moving, it's game over. I can't save us.
The Flash, all new this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
Show me how to do this.
Black Lightning, all new this Tuesday at 9/8 Central.
Jacksonville Giants are trailing 53-51 at halftime to the South Florida Gold. Arlie Johnson along with Matt Protak and the pride of East Providence, Rhode Island, Brent Martineau joining us here as the 13th man tonight. And You get a chance to moonlight a little bit tonight, Brent.
Yeah, you're digging deep, by the way, to get East Providence, Rhode Island there. By the way, this is and my buddy Bruce right behind me. This is a little more comfortable wearing the microphone than it is shooting some hoops.
Nice,
I can tell you that. I feel a little out of place.
Well, I would like to say that I don't know how out of place this is for you, Brent. I mean, this is not a debut for you. Maybe a season debut, but not a career debut. Third time. You've got a couple of buckets, 9 points in your ABA career. You got to feel pretty good about yourself out there.
Yeah, not too bad. And I'm not so red because I'm tired. I haven't played yet. I'm just red from being windburned from baseball today.
All right.
I think Bruce wants some TV time.
He might very well want some TV time. Brent, what do we look forward to for you? I know you love coming out here and doing these kind of things and helping out.
It's a lot of fun. These guys will make some shots. They'll blow it open here in the second half, and then maybe I'll get in the last couple minutes. Like that?
Have you had promises of being in there yet?
No, no promises. No promises. They want to win this basketball game because they're going on a break before that trip to Austin.
All right, let's take a look at some highlights here. South Florida looking very good. They led by as many as 13 tonight.
The great dunk right there. Cromartie dished out the pass.
All right, but the Giants led by Maurice Mickens.
Yeah, Maurice Mickens, fantastic player. He's got 15 points, and he really had it going, but he had a quiet second quarter. He had a little blood on his hand and scraped up, but watch for him in the second half.
I think Rashad Faust really is what carried the Giants in the second quarter. Here's Rashad Faust with one of about 3 or 4 buckets, all down on the block.
They can't stop that.
No. Got too much going on, and the Giants, honestly, pretty sloppy for the most part, but they've got to feel pretty good about being down just by 2.
Yeah, I know they're not too happy about the half they just played, but only down by 2 points and some strange shots being hit by the goal too. So we'll see what happens here in the second half.
Brent, what was the mood like at halftime? It's a real physical game right now. What was Coach Williams like to the players?
Yeah, Coach Williams pretty fired up.
Yeah.
You know, they're going on a little break here, and they want to end it on a good note. You know, give him confidence. He feels like whatever happens tonight will carry over into that finals.
Well, hopefully you being on the bench will help inspire them to a comeback.
I'm just going to keep eating Starburst on the bench.
That's it. Yeah, I'll take the orange ones, whatever you got.
I'll throw you an orange one. I'm pretty close by.
Okay, sounds great. All right, Brent Martineau, our guest here at halftime as the Giants are down by 2, 53-51 to South Florida. We'll come back with some first half highlights again and get ready for the opening, for the start of the second half. Back in a moment on CW17.
Change is in the air, and professional hockey is back in JAX. The Jacksonville Icemen are scoring goals and thrilling fans all season long. Tickets start at just $10 for an incredible game day experience. Come on out to Veterans Memorial Arena, feel the chill of winter, and watch the puck drop. The legacy begins now. JaxIceman.com.
Giants, for the first time all season, trailing at the half, 53-51. They're 18-1 this year. As you look at the guys out on the foul line, Jacksonville trying to find a way to get a second half comeback. Arlie Johnson along with Matt Kotak here. And Matt, you just talked to Marcus Thomas as he went off into the locker room. I know he's fired up. I know Jerry Williams was fired up.
Yes.
Let's talk about what Coach Thomas said about not getting those 50-50 balls. Anytime it's loose, he wants more effort from his team.
Yeah, he wants more effort. He wants more execution. I don't think there's going to be too many crazy lineup changes. I think you're going to see a lot of the mixes, what we've seen. Everybody's getting in. You know, they'll mix it up with some more guard play on the court, maybe add 3 guards. But I think right now it's a matter of execution. And, you know, Brent Martineau even said it. They were fired up at halftime. They're ready to go.
I think another thing that the Giants have to look at for what caused this deficit is the depth, which we also talked about in the pregame show.
Yes.
They're not used to having to rely on just 7, 8 guys. They're used to going 10, 11, even 12 deep. Well, tonight they need their top 7.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. There's been some injuries. You know, there's been some injuries, and I think with the way things are, Bernard Nugent really helped spark this team. You know, when he came into the game, I think he'll be in there most of the second half. Cormier's done well. Maurice Mickens, obviously. So, you know, we'll see how it goes, and we'll see what happens. But
Well, we are back underway for the second half. The Giants down by a couple. They start with the ball. It goes inside to Bell, and one.
That's a great way to start.
Rolling around the rim and falling. It's great to catch up with Jermaine Bell before the game. You heard that during halftime as well. Really affable guy, as good a guy as there is, and a wonderful career for the Jacksonville Giants, and he helps them draw even, and with this free throw, perhaps giving them the lead.
He's also looking to win 5 championships. He's been with this organization since 2011, and he's been a part of all the championship teams.
Bell can't give them the lead. We stay deadlocked. Bell with a rebound.
Cromartie kind of rushed that shot a little bit.
It's Mickens for Dumas, who gets the start in the second half. Bell for Nugent, drills the baseline 3.
And just to add, this is not a 100% Bernard Nugent. He's been injured. Wasn't sure if he was even going to play tonight. And he's still playing great basketball.
So 2 changes to the lineup as opposed to the start of the game, with Larry Dumas and Bernard Nugent being inserted into the lineup to start the second half.
And we talked about that, 3 guards on the court get more speed.
And there's Dumas with a long range 2.
I don't think the Gold have been shut out this whole second half now that we've started.
7-0 run for Jacksonville to start the second half. Gray with an up and under, and he'll get the free throw to go with it.
Gray will, in order for this team, for the Gold to get back in this game, Gray's going to have to take a bigger hand in things. He didn't do a whole lot in the first half. You know, according to the stats, I think he had about 5 points. Yeah, 5 points. 7 now, 8.
Should just be the one free throw. Everybody was just standing around waiting for a second free throw that wasn't supposed to come. The lead for Jacksonville is 2. Nugent defended by Brown. Nugent from the elbow, stops and pops well off the mark. Rebound for South Florida. They're contesting almost every shot tonight. McCroy gives it up, but it goes right back to Gray. Gray a 360 before the kick out to the baseline. Deflected away by Bell. Still 10 seconds left on the shot clock for the Gold. McCroy to the foul line. Denied by Bell. Jump ball. It'll stay with the Gold. Exactly 2 minutes gone by in the third quarter. 6 seconds to go on the shot clock.
Great game. Great game so far. And these are 2 of the ABA's best.
3 ball at the buzzer of the shot clock. No good. Nugent tries to go it himself. Fouled on the play.
Nugent's still playing tough.
See if we can look at the foul call. Gray stepped into him.
Yeah, he stepped in. Collided with his teammate.
It's inbounded to Mickens. Gets a screen from Faust. Gives it to Faust. Into the lane. Unable to convert this time. Slow to get up, but he does bounce back up. But he's behind the play as Cromartie goes off the glass. And it's going to be an offensive foul against Christopher Cromartie. Nugent needs some teammates to come back, as Cromartie pushed off with his elbow as he was driving the lane. Giants lead by 2. They have the ball.
Slowing it down a little bit.
Faust again on the blocks. Blocked this time by Rumpf. Stolen back by Mickens. Bounce pass for Bell. Reverse layup for a 3-point layup for Jermaine Bell on the 3D possession.
What a great job. And Jerry Williams did mention this before the game. The Giants did a very good job with 3D possessions against South Florida in the first game.
Oh, what a move there from South Florida. Can't get the first layup to go, and then Bell blocks the second attempt.
Bench is getting excited over here.
Looking at the replay here, the steal by Maurice Mickens, threading the needle with that bounce pass as Bell converts from under the rim. South Florida converts, and the Gold are back within 3. Quickly ahead, the Giants, wasting no time. Nugent into the paint and fouled.
Nugent's focused. Into the inbound.
Right in front of us, Bernard Nugent. Into the blocks for Faust. He is unstoppable there, unless he stops himself at this point.
Exactly. He's looked very well on the inside tonight. And they're going to need that come playoff time next month.
Cromartie with the foul this time. Nugent will inbound right where he was a second to go. Can't get the pass into Faust this time. It's stolen by South Florida. Several turnovers from the Giants tonight as Cromartie launches a wild shot.
He's had a couple wild ones that have missed.
4 on 2. Mickens couldn't handle the pass. Still pulls up from 3 and drills it.
Wow, great job.
Nugent hit Gray, I think, right in the face there by accident. But the Giants now up by 5. They've led, I believe, by as many as 6 tonight. The Gold had a 13-point lead at 23-10 in the first quarter. Only to see Jacksonville finish that quarter on a 17-2 run. They led by 1, the Giants did after 1, but South Florida hung in there in the second quarter and had a 2-point lead at the break. And the Gold are not going to go away tonight.
Like we talked about pregame, this is a big one for South Florida. They're 7th in the ABA right now in the power rankings. They want to move up, and a good game against Jacksonville will move them up. They came in with a lot of energy to start the game, jumped out to a big lead.
George Gray is pleading his case, yelling at Ron Jarrett. Ron just gives him a smile.
Yeah, he's
as we look at Mickens here with the 3 ball, putting it Jacksonville up by that exact same margin. The Giants looking to hold off the South Florida Gold tonight.
Are you mom enough?
You've become a good mom.
Thank you. I'm not gonna say it back.
When you're mom enough,
What's wrong with my haircut? You look like a woman playing a small boy in a play.
everyone knows it.
You kept your report cards?
I also signed them whenever you went off on a bender.
Those were 3-day weekends where I tried to find you a father.
Mom, 5 nights a week.
At 7 on CW17.
Richard Miller here, voice of the Jacksonville Giants. The Giants would like to thank Advanced Diagnostic Group for taking care of all the Giants' imaging needs. Whether it's x-rays or MRIs, Advanced Diagnostics has state-of-the-art equipment. For the most accurate service, Advanced Diagnostic Group, the official partner of your national champion, Jacksonville Giants. Check out their website, advanceddiagnosticgroup.com.
Hi, former Jacksonville Jaguar. Here with my friends, Jack and Natalie. We all have type 1 diabetes. JDRF funds research for people like us who live every day with type 1 diabetes.
I prick my fingers 7 times a day to test my blood sugar.
I prick mine 5 times a day.
Managing gets easier, but we want a cure. Join us April 7th.
Walk for a friend.
Walk for a family member.
Walk for a cure. Go to jdrf.org/North Florida to register today.
There's a bomb. A nuke. It's already gone off. What is going on? You're moving with me at super speed. As soon as I stop moving, it's game over. I can't save this.
The Flash, all new this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
Show me how to do this.
Let Lightning, all new this Tuesday at 9/8 Central.
Jermaine Bell has led the way in this third quarter as the Giants have regained the lead. Bell with the finish there on the 3D possession. That layup looked like a 2-pointer. It was actually 3.
He's a great player, just an inspiration to this team and the entire area. I mean, he's well known. He's been here for such a long time. The fans love him. The community loves him.
Looking for 1 for the thumb this year for Jermaine Bell. as Nugent just holds off a South Florida defender. Nugent with the alley-oop to Jermaine Bell, right on cue.
Beautiful. Textbook right there. You know, these guys have been playing together for a long time, and that playing together really helps out, you know?
Rump tries to answer. No. Offensive rebound for the diminutive Gray. Stolen by Jacksonville. Outlet pass. Nugent to Faust for two.
Great job. This is where we've seen the Giants. When they start going on these runs, they are unstoppable. And that is why they are the two-time defending ABA champions.
Largest lead of the night for Jacksonville at 7, 67-60. We've got a jump ball. That's going to be Giants basketball. Excellent effort here from the Giants. The alley-oop to Bell. Nugent with one assist there. Gets a second one right here. The very next possession on the steal, and long bomb to Faust, who finishes it off. Nugent gonna try and do it himself this time. No good on the scoop, gets it right back. Again, no. Missed the bunny. The first one was tough, the second one was not. Gray has it denied by Mickens, outletting to Nugent. 2-on-2, Nugent with speed, off glass, no, put back, no. Third attempt, and Rashad Faust makes the lead 9.
Great teamwork, Mickens with a great block on Gray, got the ball to Bernard, and then Faust finished it off.
It's a timeout here for South Florida. Rumpf appears to have a cramp. He's lying on his stomach right now at the bench.
Yeah, he's hurt. Looks like team doctors over there.
The Giants are doing everything that Marcus Thomas mentioned in the halftime interview with you, Matt. He wanted them to get to loose balls. He wanted them to stop with the turnovers. They're playing clean basketball. They're playing efficient basketball. They're putting out more effort. It's just plain and simple.
And that's all they need, you know, just out-execute. When we asked about adjustments, he said we just need to execute better. It's very simple.
The rebounds are all about effort as well, and Jacksonville just had 4 more offensive rebounds in the last 2 possessions.
Yes.
They only counted for 1 bucket, unfortunately.
But still.
But they are crashing the boards and doing their part there, too.
In these kind of games, these close playoff atmosphere games, every little bit helps. Hornsby's done a great job. Faust's done a great job. Looks like Delwan Graham has checked into the game, his first action of the evening. A little bit of a bigger lineup. You have Elijah Smith over there with, I believe, Hornsby's back in.
As Cromartie finds an opening in the lane and puts it off glass with the left hand. 69-62 Giants.
This is a big quarter. You know, you want to extend this lead. You keep that double-digit lead.
Hornsby, short jumper. It is short. South Florida was on the line, and they called it.
Cromartie stepped out. Good job by Smith, his aggressiveness.
Giants get another possession here. Past the midway point now of the third quarter. Waiting to see who's going to inbound here. It's Hornsby inbounding for the Giants. Cromartie doesn't know what to do. He's still jawing away at the officials.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're arguing about because it was pretty cut and dry. Ron Jarrett's over there conferencing. But no, it looks like it's going to be Giants' ball. I think they're arguing about 3D.
Whether it's a 3D possession or not.
And I think it is. Well, maybe not.
I don't think it should be. Nugent with an easy pass from Hornsby to Nugent, who found an opening. It was not a 3D possession, nor should it have been.
I'm not sure if
but that was the argument. South Florida never had possession inbounds. So the Giants back up to a 9-point advantage at 71-62. And a blocked shot. Delwan Graham will dribble with it. He's got a man on his tail. Graham coast to coast, and finally the dish to an uncovered Bernard Nugent. And looking for the steal now is Hornsby, who steps in.
That's
Hornsby
3D.
for 4. No. Rebound for South Florida. Hill gets it. He'll go right to the paint. timeout called by Florida. What an ill-advised timeout called by Florida.
As he's going up
just
for the
as he's going in for an uncontested layup. They'll call a timeout as the Giants lead by 11.
Yeah.
73-62, looking good for Jacksonville now. As you look at Delwan Graham, didn't look pretty going coast to coast, but the pass at the end sure was nice.
It was.
And Bernard Nugent continues to fill up the scoreboard tonight on a night when nobody expected to see him. Perhaps he expected this.
Yeah, I think he
Nobody
did.
else did. As you look at the Jacksonville Jewels once again, the regular season finale here for the Giants. They have a long, long stretch between the regular season finale tonight and the playoffs.
Exactly 1 month from today, April 3rd, from what Coach Williams said. They will be in Austin, Texas. They've already, clinched, the division. Obviously, they've clinched the playoff spot, tournament spot. Not sure who they're going to play because I think there's some other play-in games that have to happen, but they will be one of the top 8 teams in Texas April 3rd. So for more information on that, obviously check out the Giants on social media, on their Facebook page, Twitter, Instagram, and their website, Jacksonville Giants.
Sorry to interrupt. JacksonvilleGiants.com as well.
A lot of those games are live streams, so if you want to watch the playoff games, they will be live streams.
Back to live play as the Gold get a bucket from Kevin Foster. Hornsby carries it over the timeline. Feeds it to Mickens, who's been quiet since the first quarter, but he was explosive enough in the opening 12 minutes.
Yeah, he had 15 points in the first quarter alone, and he's the captain, he's the guy, he's the quarterback of this offense.
Mickens off the mark from 3. Loose ball for Cromartie for the Gold. South Florida is not done yet. Foster gives it up. Nugent with yet another steal for Jacksonville. Ahead for Mickens. He's got Elijah Smith for 2. No basket. No basket. The foul before the alley-oop.
I'll tell you one thing, it got this crowd going. It got the bench excited.
What are they going to call? The officials are huddling up here.
Hopefully it counts, because as you see, he went up for it.
Mickens was fouled before they're saying score the basket.
Look at this crowd.
Score the basket.
This crowd got really excited. Superman's back.
Basket for Superman Smith.
So it's 75-64.
And two of the Gold players are conferencing with the officials. Cromartie's over here on our end.
I'm as confused as anybody.
So am I. So am I.
The Giants have the ball.
They scored and they still get the ball, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that does not make sense to me. South Florida had a 6th guy on the court as well. On the inbound, slowly getting to the bench was McCroy. The Gold knock it out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't know.
Mickens with a smile.
Yeah,
You can smile when you lead by 11, I guess.
And they were down early and they came back. Good resiliency.
Bernard Nugent. Oh, what a great crossover move. Drops it for Smith. He gets drilled on the play. And he will go to the line for 2.
Great job. Great play. Smith's going to go to the line now.
Number 19, Emmett
Foster with the foul. It's a great dish from Nugent.
Superman Smith at the line for Jacksonville, shooting 2.
Dylan Cormier getting ready to check back in. I believe he took his warm-ups off, but he does not go to the timeline.
Yeah. Might wait a minute or 2.
Elijah Smith still trying to get his timing on the court right now. He's been a major contributor for this team for many years. This year is just not one of them, at least not yet.
But remember, he was All-ABA, I believe, last year, and he did very well in the tournament. So like I said, everybody plays a role. I expect him to have a great postseason. Giants are looking for 3 in a row.
Great defensive pressure here as the pass goes out of bounds. It was deflected out of bounds, I thought, off Nugent, but they say that it was not deflected out. So Giants get the ball, and we're going to have a TV timeout even after Jacksonville has inbounded the ball. We'll go to break with the Giants on top by 12, and things are getting out of control here in Jacksonville. Just ask head coach David Graham of the Gold.
You know, I don't look this great and stay this fit naturally. I have to work to stay in shape. I exercise and eat right. That's why I love Larry's Giant Subs. Their all-natural, antibiotic-free deli meats and cheeses are not only good for me, but they taste great too. And they have so many fabulous options.
Like the Larry's Cold Roast Beef Sandwich with Racus Farms all-natural USDA choice roast beef.
See what I mean? Larry's for life.
It was totally awesome.
We're the coolest men alive.
Totally rad.
Who's ready for jazzercise?
Totally mind-blowing. Magic. It's time to go back to the 80s.
It's about the music, giant hair, and glitter cannons.
Oh, God. It's time for the Goldbergs every weeknight.
It's 7:30 on CW17.
C-Spine Orthopedic Institute offers surgical and non-surgical treatment for shoulders, hands, neck, spine, and knees. Qualified board-certified surgeons along with a professional and courteous staff are here for your every need. Call now, 866-81-ORTHO. C-Spine Orthopedic Institute is proud to be the treating orthopedic institute and sponsor of the Jacksonville Giants. For an appointment, call now, 866-816-7846. That's 866-81-ORTHO. C-Spine Orthopedic Institute. Patients first, that's the difference.
That is South Florida head coach David Graham having a little bit of a conversation with referee Sam Wright there.
He's not happy. He's not happy.
It happened, the last inbounds that ultimately created that last TV break happened directly in front of his face.
Yes.
It was clearly knocked out of bounds by Bernard Nugent with his fingertips. The officials saw otherwise. David Graham certainly saw otherwise.
Yeah.
And I cannot blame him at all. I also can't believe that he didn't get teed up for
I
it.
was surprised. There's been a couple times tonight. Him and Coach Williams have been kind of close. But officials are going to let him play, and they do a good job just letting it go.
Back to live play. Cormier too strong. Rebound for Hill.
This is a big part of the game right now for Jacksonville. They've really got to keep this lead and extend it, and kind of take the hopes out of the Gold right now. Gold are a little frustrated with some of the calls, but keep at it.
Well, they can't be frustrated with that. They can only be frustrated with Cromartie.
Yeah, that was
for that ill-advised pass to absolutely nobody.
Yeah, that was strange. Yeah, that was not good.
Nugent has seen a lot of minutes tonight. Feeds it to Cormier, who's got an opening to the bucket. No, put back, yes. Delwan Graham on the scoreboard.
Great job by Delwan. He's another physical player in the middle that will definitely help this team postseason time.
Graham defends on Hill.
Everybody has their role here. It's just a great thing. It's a championship atmosphere.
Over the back foul there to James Evans as you look at Cormier's miss, but the putback from Graham. And the Giants now, from out of nowhere, lead by 14. South Florida has only scored 11 points this entire quarter. As Cormier again drives into the paint with the left hand, easily off glass and in.
This is where Cormier and Nugent start taking over now.
Looking for the steal again is Nugent. Got a piece of it, not enough to tap it for Cormier. Underneath, it's the Gold for two. Evans gets the basket. Jacksonville outscoring South Florida 29-13 in this quarter right now. Still a little more than 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Nugent double teamed and fouled. Giants will inbound with 2:01 on the clock.
There's some pushing down there, and now there's a whistle.
Well, they're going to make it a shooting foul, as it turns out here for Nugent.
Okay, this is good for Jacksonville. Nugent's usually a sure thing at the line. Be interesting to see what.
One dribble and a splash. 2 for 2
nice.
For Bernard Nugent.
It was a sure thing, and so far, very good third quarter for the Giants. I would have loved to have been in there for halftime to hear what Jerry Williams said. I know Brett Martineau said he was pretty fired up.
Oh yeah, he really lit a fire under him. There's no doubt about that. As Smith throws it off a South Florida player and out of bounds. Heads up play there from Elijah Smith. Dylan Cormier had to run about 50 feet just to get the ball.
Almost into the crowd.
Nobody there to get it for him.
And now we're starting to see, you know, I know that the Giants were a little banged up, but the depth is starting to take over.
I don't know if Jacksonville crossed the timeline in time, but
that was a close one. And
the
Coach
officials
Graham
say that it was okay. And Graham hustles to keep it in for Smith, then for Cormier. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Cormier for Hornsby, off glass and in.
What a great pass.
Cormier heads up all the way. And the lead is 18.
If you'd have told us this in the first 7-8 minutes of the game.
Defending is Cormier, tussling there with Cleon Robertson. This might get a little ugly here.
He's grabbing his leg.
Grabbed his leg.
Cormier tried to walk away. He grabbed his leg. Yeah, it was a little, Cormier tried to walk away. But you don't want something like this to happen right before the postseason. You have one game, you know, you don't want any suspensions. So they're scrambling.
It looked like a jump ball, but
Cormier
it just continued long after.
Yeah.
Cormier trying to step away.
A little bit of pushing. I think I'm not sure if it's going to be a...
Fortunate that cooler heads prevailed there at the end.
Yeah, no call, no technical.
The officials are dangerously close to letting this game get out of hand as well.
They are. Cormier limping a little bit. He just pointed to his leg. He got his leg twisted on that.
Yeah, holding his left knee right now.
Hopefully he's okay. Ron Jarrett's, I think there's going to be double technical.
Double technical.
Yeah.
Dylan Cormier for Jacksonville and Cleon Roberts for South Florida. Both players have been ejected.
Are they both getting ejected? No.
Cormier is still on the court, pleading his case with the official. Ron Jarrett, one of the officials, talking with the South Florida group, the coaching staff. Delwan Graham talking with another one. You see him there. They need to restore order in a hurry.
Yes, they do. This is not what you want. You don't want to see any of this, especially last regular season game. Both of these teams are going to the postseason, so you don't want any repercussions where there's ejections, there's fights, and then you miss the postseason because you just don't know what could happen.
Yeah, and one of the things that could happen is Jacksonville facing South Florida this year in the playoffs.
Yes.
And this could really be a tone setter into a potential future postseason matchup.
Yes.
On the jump ball, South Florida has possession. 6 seconds to go on the shot clock for them. Pass goes out of bounds. They calling a foul before it went out of bounds?
I believe so. Yeah, it was. It's on Cormier. Cormier needs to, at least his knee's better. I know he was limping a little bit, but
Yeah, good to see him out there on the court still and being okay. The Giants have had enough problems with injuries the last couple of weeks. Again, without their captain for the remainder of the season. Gerard Tucker suffering an Achilles injury in our last telecast 2 weeks ago. South Florida inbounds, fresh shot clock for them. Final minute of the third quarter. Jacksonville has outscored the Gold 33-13, 15 now after that bucket from the Gold.
Yes, it's been a great third quarter for the Giants.
Hornsby double and triple team. South Florida gets the steal and the three-point bucket.
3 points.
They might start pressuring a little bit if it's going to be successful like that. Cormier now gives it up. Another turnover for the Giants. South Florida, however.
Sloppy pass.
Unforced error there. Foster just led Hill way too far in front. Giants were fortunate to get the ball back.
Looks like both teams will probably have a possession each.
Grant was a little careless with that inbounds too.
He was.
And Jerry Williams didn't like it at all. He's going to call a timeout right now. It's been a great third quarter, but he wants to make sure that they complete the quarter.
Yes. Especially with the lead you have. You don't want them to get a couple baskets. It's an 8-9 point game.
Just a 20-second timeout here for Jacksonville. Wants everybody to regroup, get one solid possession here to finish off this quarter. So you're looking at head coach Jerry Williams. Took over last year, won a championship in his rookie coaching campaign last year. He's going to try and make it 2 for 2. And the Giants are the odds-on favorite now.
#1 team passed up Kentucky because of their strength of schedule. And, you know, them and Kentucky could meet, could possibly meet. They could possibly meet with the South Florida Gold again. So
Nugent with a bounce pass to Mickens. Going into the lane with the left hand. No, tapped out by Smith. Mickens this time for 3. Rims around. Foul on the Gold underneath. So the Giants will get it right back. Shot clock is off. They can play for the last shot now.
That's a good thing. Not sure what the Gold did. They're not happy, of course, but I think they've kind of given up on that.
South Florida, however, has scored 5 straight. The 18-point lead, now 13 for Jacksonville. This is a shooting foul for Jacksonville. Too many fouls for the Gold here in this third quarter, so all shooting fouls the rest of the way. They're in the bonus. Graham, the lefty, is true from the line for his first of 2.
Got to finish strong here.
Rattles out. Rebound, however, for the Giants. Great hustle from Elijah Smith. It's poked out of bounds by South Florida, but the Giants get it right back. So now they get the 1 bonus free throw and the ball for our last shot.
Keep extending that lead.
Substitution for South Florida defensively.
Mickens and Nugent both on the court. Look for one of those two to take the last shot, I would think.
Nugent will quarterback this final possession. Cromartie defends, 8 seconds on the clock. Nugent goes to the right, knocked away by South Florida. They get the loose ball. They may have a half-court opportunity here. It will count, and it goes off the front rim from McCroy. 85-71 is the score after 3. As you look again at the scuffle between Dylan Cormier and Cleon Roberts. Giants on top by 14 in their season finale going to the 4th.
A cool change is in the air, and professional hockey is back in JAX. The Jacksonville Icemen are scoring goals and thrilling fans all season long. Tickets start at just $10 for an incredible game day experience. Come on out to Veterans Memorial Arena, feel the chill of winter, and watch the puck drop. The legacy begins now. JaxIceman.com.
Hi, I'm Tom Anderson. These are my friends Natalie and Jack. We all have type 1 diabetes. I'm the Chief Legal Officer and Vice President of GuideWell Source, and I'm proud to serve as this year's corporate chairperson for the JDRF One Walk.
We want to say thank you for joining us in the Ways to Find a Cure.
Your corporate support is so important and helps us inch closer to our goals.
Living with type 1 diabetes can be tough. I prick my finger 7 times a day to check my blood sugar.
I prick my finger 5 times a day.
But JDRF is working to provide support to the newly diagnosed, develop life-changing devices for those living with this disease, and ultimately to find a cure and prevent others from developing type 1.
April 7th is right around the corner. Let's finish strong.
Make sure to register your team, invite others to join you, and help us generate $400,000 to fund research that will improve lives and advance towards a cure. Thanks again for your continued support.
We see you April 7th.
Stella, you're cured.
I was sick since I was 15. I do not know the real me. When we got married, we thought I was dying.
You said you didn't want kids.
Did I?
I'm scared you might not be okay with all of this.
Whatever tomorrow holds, we'll get through it together.
Life Sentence, series premiere this Wednesday at 9/8 Central on the CW.
The Giants, what a third quarter for them. They were trailing going into the third, down by a bucket, 53-51. But they get 32 points, allow only 18. Jacksonville leading by 14 now. Excuse me, 34 for the Giants. They scored in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Maurice Mickens back in there. Mickens with Nugent. This backcourt has been dynamic this season.
Jeremiah Hill's back in.
Hasn't had a lot of action tonight after starting the game. Bell way off on his shot, but it is deflected out of bounds. It's going to be a shot clock violation. I think it was going to be Giants ball, but the shot clock has expired. Well, the officials are going to confer again.
Yeah, I would think it would be a shot clock violation, gold ball, but we've seen some things tonight. So.
Yeah, South Florida ball. Despite the superb effort in the third quarter, this game is far from over. The Giants have to sprint to the finish line here. This is not one of those games, not yet anyway, where they can just coast to it. South Florida gets an offensive rebound. Cromartie rattles it in. And the lead now just 12. It was 18.
The Gold's going to put the pressure on. They have nothing to lose right now. They're going to full court.
Hill for three. That is short, but the rebound for Bell. On the blocks off glass, that's just too easy for Jermaine Bell.
He's your top player. He's your veteran. Here comes Brent Martineau getting off the bench. It looks like he might be going in.
He's getting ready. I told him to warm up during the break after the third quarter. He's got the pants off.
Oh yeah, he's ready. He's ready.
Might not be time just yet as Bell tries to go coast to coast, taps it for Smith, somehow keeps it in bounds, feeds it to a wide open Mickens for three.
Wow, and just like that, you're up by 17 points. The Gold had some momentum there late in the third quarter and you know, tried to get something going here early, but the Giants, they score fast.
McCroy can't find the range from three. Rebound for Hill. Hill's pass went right through the arms of a defender. It goes to Bell, who gets hammered on the play, and he'll go to the line.
Great job by Bell.
As you look at the feed from Mickens to Bell, he wanted to pop the roof off this place with a slam there, but he was denied that opportunity with the foul. Crowd comes to a hush, allowing Bell some peace and quiet for his free throws. And here he is, Into the game, number 11 from East Providence, Rhode Island, Brent Martineau.
I love the shoes. We gotta get the shoes on there. The green.
I had to mention that because he's from my rival high school in Rhode Island. I know most of you don't care about that, but
I'm from Connecticut. I'm right next door.
Yeah, absolutely.
I care.
So always good to have the Ocean State represented here.
Yes.
Doesn't happen very often. Martineau waiting for a pass on the block, but South Florida gets the steal. Martineau comes back on defense as South Florida launches a three. That is short. They get the rebound as well. Martineau somehow could not get the block on McCroy there. And Jerry Williams, I think, is yelling at Brent Martineau.
He is. Oh, he's getting on him.
Timeout is called. And Jerry Williams not pleased.
He's fired up.
Brent Martineau does not seem to mind whatsoever.
Nah, he's good.
Got some game action in. He's in the scorebook.
He's going to sit back down. He might get back in later. Still got 9:30 to go in the game.
And the Giants still ahead. I will not say comfortably ahead just yet. 14-point bulge with 9.5 to go. So let's reset things.
Brett's going back in.
Yeah, he's staying out there on the court. He's just going to take his spot at the baseline.
Yep.
Already in the front court as Jacksonville's getting ready to inbound. Remember, though, South Florida's going to have some full court pressure here, most likely, and they deflect it away.
Yeah, they're looking for those 3D possessions. You know, they're behind. It's getting late in the game. You know,
Mickens for Smith. It's 3 against 4 offensively, and South Florida knocks it away. Shot clock is at 17, so I wonder if they're going to call this a shot clock violation, or a timeline violation, rather.
Yeah, Cromartie, they're preaching with the refs. Oh, they're going nuts.
They're saying there's 17 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, they're not happy.
Again, in ABA basketball, you only have 7 seconds to cross the timeline, different than the NBA.
So I don't know if they've got, I'm not sure. I'm confused again. I think
Yeah, they're calling it. They're calling the shot
they
clock.
Are, yeah.
The
Yeah,
timeline violation.
It looked like they weren't going to call it. It's a 3D possession now for South Florida.
Could be 4. Hill off the mark, rebound, foul on the goal.
That's a missed opportunity.
And Cromartie again can't believe it.
David Graham is not happy again. He's over there as well. And a technical, which is I thought this was going to happen earlier, but